Welcome to Fortune Cookies Tarot. I'm Annabelle, a tarot practitioner and psychic for over 35 years, and this is breaking psychic news. I was not planning on doing a live today. I was not planning on going live until Friday, but there is so much news that is going on. I really couldn't stay away from this. So I hope you guys are ready. We're going to do about 40 minutes of content right now. And I want to kick it off with saying that we're living in intense astrological times right now. That is our climate. Numerology is the moment and tells us how that weather is coming through. That's going to be our weather. And tarot tells us either what we're going to wear or how we're going to navigate this. So guys, I hope you are ready. Let's talk a little bit about the astrology. I want to thank my mods for being here. You guys are the best. So our climate that we're dealing with, Annabelle, the weather girl, is showing up. So we are in a heavy Pisces energy season, which means confusion, secrets surfacing, dissolving illusions. Don't worry, guys. We are going to be talking about this crazy trip to Jordan. We are going to be talking about Beirut. We're going to be talking about Iran and Savannah Guthrie and her statement that she made the other day. So stick around because we're going to have some fun with this. I may have a guest before the end of this broadcast as well. Saturn in Pisces, the theme of what's going on now is accountability for spiritual, political, and institutional structures. This is going to be a huge reveal for a lot of stuff in those three venues. So spiritual, political, and institutional. Pluto in Aquarius is our backdrop, which is power struggles in governments, media, and systems. With governments, we are seeing power struggles in the Middle East. We are seeing the U.S. get involved in that. And we are also seeing some weirdness going on between the Prime Minister in England and the royal family. We don't know what's going on. Why are people greeting Harry and Meghan on this faux royal tour of Jordan on the cusp of when William was in Saudi Arabia? It is crazy. So what we've got, little translation for you guys for the astrology. Now, remember, I'm studying astrology. I'm not an expert. I am currently studying it, but I'm trying to lead you guys down the road with me. We've got right now secrets surfacing, institutions under pressure, old power models are cracking. So crazy business here. We're going to talk about the weather next, which is our numerology. So the date vibration today is February 25th, 2026. It breaks down to a 1 energy day. We add up all of those numbers. What are 1 days? Initiations, power plays, leadership assertions, and bold actions. So keep an eye on the actions of really big power players in the world. If you are ready, we are going to start talking about the royals. So buckle up, buttercups. I'm going to bring up my chat. We've got Dave Murphy in the chat, possibly at the airport. Can somebody hop on over to the vertical and get rid of Beckshon Dent's N-word we approve? Get rid of that individual. We probably know who that is. I appreciate you mods doing that for me. Let's giddy up, buttercups. We're going to keep going because the news never stops. So, all right, we're bringing up the card view. If you haven't hit that like button, go ahead and do it. So we've got royals leaving the Middle East. We've got the Sussexes going to visit Jordan. So King Charles III, his climate right now, well, the climate in general, we've got Pisces season, humanitarian optics, and compassion narratives. Now, Harry and Meghan have been brought over there to observe and learn I'm surprised they didn't have an S on it, aren't you guys? Surprise and learn about what is going on with humanitarian efforts in the Middle East, specifically refugees from Gaza. So I gotta ask, did they have royal approval for this trip? I know my friend Avid Gardner, the lovely Fiona, was extremely upset about this. They were greeted, Harry and Meghan were greeted by the ambassador. Was it sanctioned by the king? I am going to say no. I am going to say they were informed at the 11th hour. I'm going to say they were informed at the 11th hour. We got a jump out card, and there is displeasure from the king. I am reading about King Charles II right now. What is his disposition? He did not know, and he's not happy about it now. Will he respond? Will he respond to these two trolloping around the Middle East? Hermit, he's going to take his time. Everybody knows he's very slow to respond to these things. The Death card, he is going to transform his opinion toward these two. He's going to transform. And that King of Wands in reverse is a very destructive power. How soon are we looking at things that change? And oh boy, you're on your own now, Harry. I think that we have crossed a bridge. I think we are on the other side of the rainbow with this one. So we also have Pluto in Aquarius, which is breaking away from traditional royal hierarchy structures. Day one energy is also independence assertion. Did Harry and Meghan do this secretly? Can't talk about it, got to be about it. They did. There we go. Breaking away from those royal structures, not caring about how it affects them. Not nurturing, very destructive energy they're sending out there. And we're on a trajectory that is not going to be easy to turn around from. You know those itty bitty little roads that people travel around on mountains where they can't back up and their tires are hanging off? We're kind of doing that right now. They're on a one-way track. One-way track. So what else do we have? So this trip is absolutely reading like we're going to go our own way. Are they still trying to set up a rival court out of America? Harry and Meghan, justice, lovers, they're parting from the royal family. They're going to keep fighting, guys. They're going to keep engaging. And we all know people like this that don't like to put the fight down. They will beat the dead horse even further to oblivion. So we're looking at that right now, guys. So does it strengthen or isolate these two bozos further? They're done. They're done. So everyone that's saying that King Charles is very slow to respond, they don't like the way that he's responding. Buckle up, guys, because I think we're going to get a response. How soon? Imminent. Springtime. We're going to hear some stuff. Wands are spring in the tarot, so we are going to see this eminently. It is my prediction. I am going to drop a future cast right here. We will soon have an announcement that these two are not functioning in the capacity of the royal family. The outrage of the public is going to be heard by the sovereign, and he's going to respond accordingly. So this is what we're looking at. So by summer, what's going to be the condition of Harry and Meghan in the summer in relation to the royal family? What are we looking at? Boom. All will be revealed. Their bad behavior is going to be revealed by the summer. They're going to try and get back into the good graces. They're going to have to hole up for a little bit over the summer. Mind you, I think we're going to get over the summer a lot of like fun kid stuff. Like, look at us. We're just being parents. We're just having a great time. But I think that their destructive power is waning. They're still going to flail around a little bit, but it's waning. Guys, and I'm sorry if you're chatting away. I'm not looking at the chat. Let me just pull that up here. All right. Thanks, guys. Checking out the chat. So let's talk a little bit about Catherine and the Prince of Wales, the Prince and Princess of Wales. So her climate, we've got Saturn in Pisces, responsibility to the institution. I think she's very, very deftly demonstrated that. I am going to say I don't love the dress that she wore to the awards the other night. It's not my favorite wear of hers, just editorial there. Pluto is in Aquarius, restructuring the monarchy long-term, and the weather is a one energy day, ego, boundaries, lane protection. She did look upset when someone heckled her from the crowd, and it was something in regard to the, framing of the monarchy. So it's not necessarily about emotion. I think she's really trying to keep her emotions in check. It's about positioning. What advice do we have for the lovely princess? Keep looking to the future. Keep looking to those children. What is she anxious about? She is worried about the people that they are going to be cutting off because they are now going down two separate roads. So, it's difficult when you have to say goodbye to family members in this fashion. Family members, friends, things like this. When people lob a grenade at you, sometimes you got to walk away from that situation. So, thus, we have Catherine really at odds with this, because she is a be sweet to everyone, keep everyone sweet kind of person. And what is happening here, it's impossible to be sweet to these people. As we all know, it is impossible to be sweet to people sometimes. So let's see if there's anything that Harry and Meghan can do to correct this situation. Is there anything that they can do? Judgment. They really have to look at their situation and where their unhappiness really comes from and the bridges that they've burned. That is my advice to them. Really look at your judgment on the situation, see what exactly is making you unhappy, and then strategize from there. So is there anything that Catherine can do in this moment? Any advice that we can give her? It's okay to be sad, but some relationships are done. You can't punch somebody in the face and then apologize for the broken nose after. That simple. So, all right. Who holds the power dynamic right now? Who is holding the power dynamic right now? We're going to look at the King and William. A lot of people are going to have a lot of comments to say about this particular situation. So we've got the King on the left, and we have the Queen. Not the Queen. Well, we'll make it the Queen now, and then we'll have William. We'll put William there. So we've got the King, we've got Queen Camilla, and we've got William. So we've got King Charles having some manner of regret here. And if this is our noun, this is our adjective. Remember, this is I'm looking back with consideration. This is I am cutting things off. The Queen Camilla right now is saying they've shown their hand. They've shown how deceptive and devious they are. And we need to cover that up as a cat does in one's cat box. Over here, we've got William, who does, this is very shocking to me, has a much more positive outlook about the destiny of the royal family and the British royal reign. Much, much more positive. And he is just not regarding anyone who has committed infractions or treason light against the royal family. He's saying they're all in our past now. We can't be aware of them. We have to just keep moving on. Sometimes you can't control the behavior of others, and you have to only control your response to them. So moving forward, let me check the chat just for a second. Social Decay, Dave, we've got rock and roll. We've got punk rock royalty in our chat right now. How you doing, my friend? Those of you that hear the stories about me drinking gin and tonics and getting a little bit mouthy in public places, Social Decay Dave knows all the stories. So he is a good friend of mine that I do not see quite often enough. It is great to have you in the chat, dude. If you want to come on over to the portrait chat, that's great. If you want to stay over there with my girlfriend Penny D, keep hitting those trolls. You have my full permission to block anyone who has any gnarly statements to make in that vertical chat. So help me out over there. Carla, yes, I do get a little bit mouthy by the third gin and tonic. I start trouble where there is none. So Dave knows all the stories. Dave knows all the stories. My good friend, Big Blue. Love you, buddy. Love you, buddy. So let's go back to my notes, guys. So we're going to talk about Katie Price. I know I have a lot of people from the UK in here. Katie Price, climate, it's Pisces season, which is fertility. It's emotional headlines, nostalgia cycles, all kinds of stuff like that. Neptune energy is illusion versus the truth in media. So remember, she is a PR witchery, but she's all about the PR. The weather for her, it's Neptune energy. Weather is day one. New life symbolism fits. So rumor has it that she is having a baby. So let's go. Is this stable energy? One card. We've got a lot of gaslighting here, guys, with the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is a lot of illusion, a lot of different directions this can take. Is everything going well with this? Swords. We've got knights and wands, and that's how we get pregnant, with those wands over there, guys. So the 10 of Cups does mean happy family. So are we looking good on this? What can we tell Katie Price? Katie Price for best success. So I just want to say, you know, she's of an age, she's a little bit older, and she may have some issues as a result of this. So if this does not proceed as expected, if she hits some bumps in the road with this particular carry, then I think she should take her time, respond logically and accordingly. I don't know if this pregnancy is going to go all the way to the end. We could have some issues. So what can she do? King of Swords, a little bit of medical intervention. And I do think that she's going to have to lower the temperature on her behavior. So possible bed rest. Take it easy, gal. This is your 6th baby. You have got to slow down. Otherwise, we could get into some dicey territory. So, you know, just drop some good wishes for Katie Price, no matter how you feel about her. Let's drop some, I'm going to drop some purple hearts there so drop a little bit of love in the chat, liker, hater, whatever. Make sure that you guys drop a little bit of love in the chat for Katie Price. I think it's important. This is, doesn't matter how old you are, how many kids you have, you know, every pregnancy is precious. So we're going to take a second there. We're going to jump across the pond. I don't even know where Katy Perry was, or Katie Price. She was in the Middle East, I think, at one point, or in one of those crazy. She just had all that plastic surgery too. But let's talk a little bit about Mexico. So again, climate, Pluto in Aquarius, power restructuring, Mars heavy geopolitical tension energy right now. So if you have been living under a rock for the last few days, there was the unaliving removal of a Mexican cartel leader. And as a result, the Mexican cartels have been running riot across Mexico in many, many spots. Mexico was one of the do not travel countries in here for us in the US. It's a great spot. It's a beautiful spot. Our neighbor is a gorgeous, gorgeous country, but it looks like the cartels have taken over, and Guadalajara and Puerto Vallarta are both right now still very, very tense. They're not able to get non-citizens out of there for a number of days. So we're still waiting to hear about that. A few people that I know are actually there. I actually reached out to a friend who's a content creator, an American who does spend a lot of time down in south of the border, and have not been able to hear from them back. So I do hope that that individual is okay. So let's see what is going on. Saturn in Pisces, accountability for corruption networks, and day one energy, decisive strike energy. So is there a power fragmentation in Mexico right now? Is Mexico a lost place at this point? Are we seeing power fragment there? Chariot, it's moving. What direction are we moving in? We're moving to success, but for whom? For Mexican government or the cartels? Guys, it looks like those cartels are gaining in power. It looks like they are gathering some people as they stampede through some of these areas. So is this going to usher in retaliation from an external force? Hierophant, seats of power are very, very nervous and don't like the transformation. I do think that there's going to be a step in. Let me see what the U.S. has planned. What is the U.S. talking about? Boy, are we getting our money's worth out of Donald Trump and his administration right now, guys. We are getting our money's worth. Let's giddy up, Buttercup. U.S. is going to hand over some stuff. It doesn't look like we're going to be handing over power. Looks like we are going to be handing over some, I'm going to say equipment, and I'm going to say possibly some personnel, but I don't think it's going to be in the way of troops. What I think we are going to see is more of a little bit of an assist. I don't think we're going to see Americans going in, wifey. I think that we are going to see just some support coming in from the United States. So yeah, so I guess Denise has some people down there too. Hi, Ian Barton. It's good to see you guys. It is, Denise, that's right. You do have people over there. I'm so sorry. I totally flaked on that. Yeah, so there's a lot going on over there, guys. So, you know, a little bit of prayers for Mexico. Let's drop some love for our Mexican neighbors, dropping some love for them. So are we going to have some other foreign influence going in there? Are there conversations going on right now? The world is on fire, kids. There is a lot of discussion going on about what can be done, but I don't think a lot of commitment. So, you know, a lot of people are going to say this isn't our problem. You know, everyone had a comment about our open border. But now they're saying, well, you know, like we don't want to get involved. You know, it's a sovereign nation, but that sovereign nation was the gateway for people rolling into the United States. Again, little editorial there. So if you know, you know. If you live here in the United States, you know what I'm talking about. So let's move it on to another hot spot in the world. If anyone's ever owned a golden retriever, we know all about hotspots. So I want to thank my mods one more time for doing the God's work over here, taking care of business in the chat. Appreciate it. So we've got Iran and Beirut. I was contacted by one of my friends last night who has a military part of the military at one point. And we have evacuated, the United States has evacuated the embassy in Beirut. So what does this mean? Again, Pluto and Aquarius, global alliances are shifting. Pisces season also ushers in a fog of war and misinformation cycles. Saturn in Pisces is consequence for miscalculation. Whether we've got day one, someone asserts dominance, but energy can also, number one, energy can also trigger ego escalation. So it is a pressure cooker week right now. Let's focus in on Iran and the pressure that we're getting out of that particular hotspot. Let's see what goes on. Nothing's working. The chaos that we see is out in the open, and so nothing is working. We actually, it's as if someone threw a handful of sand into the gears of a machine. So no matter what, we're kind of locked in place at the moment. Are we going to see diplomacy or escalation? Diplomacy is doing it. But I do think that we're going to see some escalation, and that is going to usher in the diplomacy. Escalation first, diplomacy second. Is Beirut going to see some action? Was done in an abundance of caution because of the rising sentiment, the anti-American sentiment there. How soon will we be back in? Not anytime soon, guys. They're going to be running this remotely. Fingers still on the pulse, but not in the building. They're not going to have that in the building. We're not going to have another Benghazi situation. So who is benefiting most from this tension? Is it the rebellions or the sitting Iranian government? Same cards, guys. You're seeing this. 6 of Swords, 9 of Wands, flip-flop. They switched around. So I definitely think that the sitting government is really doing their best to push back. I think that the rebellion is also holding fast. Again, like I said, a handful of sand thrown into the machine. We're not going anywhere. We're going to have to keep our eye on Iran. So no big moves. We're just kind of sitting in a mess at this moment. All right, let me check the chat again, see how everybody's doing over there. Hang on 1 second. Just want to see what's going. Penny Jonas came into the chat. Humanaki, I saw your question. I will get to it. If you guys have questions, drop them in all caps starting now. Got a few more segments that I'm going to cover. Do it just like Humanaki did. I'm going to come back to that. So let's get back to this. I want to talk about Savannah Guthrie and Nancy Guthrie. So Savannah Guthrie did a I guess it was an Instagram video, and it does seem that she's starting to warm up to the idea that possibly her mother will not come home alive. So again, Pisces, the climate in Pisces is disappearance, water symbolism, emotional dissolving, kind of diluting of the emotions. They get kind of all over the place. And what happens is that means that we come in with hope, we lose hope, and it just kind of goes back and forth like the tide. Truth is surfacing slowly with Saturn in Pisces. And day one, there's breakthrough potential today. I'm going to just refer back to another reading that I did. And I said, I don't think that they are going to find Nancy until there is a great deal of degradation of the remains. I'm sorry. I hope you guys don't think that that's insensitive. But I did say, and I'm going to stick with that. I don't think that she is still with us. One energy can also bring a first solid clue. I know that the sheriff is defending himself aggressively. I'm going to say aggressively. So are we going to get any revelation today? Day one energy, any revelation? Knight of Wands, there are new leads that they're working on that they're quite happy with. Patience to find the location of lockup, where the secrets are kept. That is what's going on. So yes, I think that they have something, but I don't think that they're going to let us in on it yet. The TMZ ransom notes, I want to address those. I don't think that any of those came from the actual kidnappers. Did any of the ransom notes come from the kidnappers? Temperance in reverse, I don't think that they did. I think that these were all copycat, terrible people. I don't think that we are going to find out anything. Is there anything, any message that we can give to the Guthrie family? Is there any message that we can give to the Guthrie family? Unimaginable process that they're going through right now. Unimaginable. None of us can even wrap our heads around this. The closest I've ever come is, well, this isn't true. I had a friend who went missing. But when you have your pets, when a pet runs away, like I only imagine that losing a family member like this is times a million of what that experience is. So messages for the Guthrie family. What does the universe, not to give up yet, not to give up the search yet. It's not, again, it's not to find her. I'm so sorry. But it is foreclosure. And closure is so important with these kinds of situations. So, you know, yeah, everybody, let's drop a prayer for Nancy here in the chat. Let's drop some prayers in there. I'm just checking for any questions. Wifey, I want to thank you for corroborating my psychic reading. I appreciate that. And thank you everybody for dropping your prayers for Nancy Guthrie in there. It's, you know, it's all we can do right now. All right, let's get back to some gossip. I want to clean out this deck real quick. We're going to do a little casino shuffle here for you guys because rumor has it I can't do it. So glad to see lots of people in the chat. Please keep smashing that like button. Please give me a sub if you're not subscribed already. I really, really appreciate it. So Peter Mandelson, let's talk about him. So was taken into custody again. The climate we're dealing with, Pluto in Aquarius, institutions under scrutiny, little bit of astrology mixed in here, Saturn in Pisces, legal accountability cycles, and the weather, day one, public stance, strong defense posture. So we are going to look at Peter Mandelson. Mind you guys that this is, spilling secrets, loose lips sink ships. So is Peter Mandelson's defense solid? Is it solid? What do we got? Oh boy. Not so much. Not so much. He is going to say that he thought he was doing the right thing. He thought he was coloring inside the lines. He's very, very keen on getting his story across. However, I think a lot of that story is going to be carefully presented and rewritten. Carefully presented and rewritten. He's going to do his best to hide the things he needs hidden and to reveal the things that he thinks will support him. So, Peter Mandelson, this doesn't look good. Mandelson, is this the beginning or end of his story? Is it the beginning or end of his story? What do we got here? So I think the miscommunication that we're seeing, it is going to result in some level of punishment. It's the end of his career. We're not going to see this career anymore. We're not going to see leadership anymore. But I think there will be a lot of discussions, a lot of scrutiny over the information that will be revealed during his trial. So I think there's going to be a lot of people that are going to say, like, "Oh, was he set up? Is he the fall guy?" Like, there's going to be some interesting attention put on this. So best of luck to you, Peter Mandelson. Good luck. Good luck. So, guys, I just want to also highlight that I have my Otter spirit on today. So nothing kind of jangles a psychic more than having scattered energy all over the place. Today, I am wearing my Scorpio strength set matched with my garnet full size from my sensuality kit. And I have my grandmother's ruby bracelet on for a little connection with my ancestors. So you guys that have been with me for a while, you know that I am an ambassador for Otter Spirit, and I absolutely love the company. It's an intentional jewelry company. You can use the link that's in the description of this video or on my about page. Fortune 20 gets you 20% off any purchase. Fortune 30 gets you 30% off any purchase of 99 or more. And you can purchase spheres there. Also, this is my obsidian sphere. I've been scrying with this, and it has kicked up my scrying game immeasurably. I stink at scrying. This is great. So if you would like to get some intentional jewelry for yourself or for some others, please go on over there. The Scorpio mini pack is garnet for vitality, obsidian for protection, and tiger's eye for courage. It's layered with that ruby ancestral energy for me. And if you get the spheres, they actually throw the energy out in all directions, up, down, inside out, all over the place. So this has a permanent home on my psychic table. So go on over there and go check them out. Also want to remind anyone who went to the Galentine's event that I did the day before Valentine's Day on February 13th that your discount code is expiring at the end of the month. So make sure that you book your appointments if you are watching. So those are only good through the end of February. So guys, so astrology has set the climate for us. Numerology is showing us the pressure in the system. And tarot and psychic ability is telling us how to navigate through all of that. I'm going to be live on Hypsee all day after this, but I am staying open now for your questions. So let's bring them up, guys. Let's bring up those questions. I just want to see. While I'm doing that, everybody make sure you go hit that thumbs up. If you are on the vertical, make sure you double tap that screen. So I've got a few questions here. first one is Humanaki. How nervous is Ashton Kutcher? Ashton Kutcher looks a little bit nervous to me. Let's see how we do with this. How nervous is Ashton Kutcher? Is he worried about his future? Emperor in reverse. He is concerned about all of the information that's revealed. Now, I am going to say a little disclaimer here because I know Ashton Kutcher was mixed up with a whole situation with a young gal that he was taking out on a date, and she turned up unalived in her apartment. I don't think that he had anything to do with that. I don't think that was, I think that was just an odd chance, and I think he wasn't sure exactly how to manage that situation. No one really knows what to expect when you walk into a crime scene. Those of us that have ever had the terrible occasion to be robbed, it's very shocking when you walk into that and you sometimes don't know how to behave. My car got robbed when I was in Los Angeles, and I didn't think anything of opening the door and starting to look and see what was taken. It did not occur to me that there could have been a soup kitchen going on in the back seat. You can Google soup kitchen if you don't know what that means. So I think Ashton Kutcher is very worried about the position that he holds in Hollywood dissolving. Is he going to be in trouble with those Epstein things? Looking back, yeah, I think a little bit. The Diddy parties, he was a regular visitor to some of those white parties that we'd have on on Long Island. I think he is very much trying to live the second half of his life where he is husband and family guy. I think he's really trying to do that. So, Barney, check your WhatsApp. Check your WhatsApp, fella. Wifey, I want to thank you for your contribution. Really, really appreciate that. And will there be any fallout for France kicking out Jared Kushner's father? I didn't even know that happened. I didn't even know that happened. Is there any fallout from that? So, yes, but I don't think we're going to hear about it. That moon card says that everything's going to be done behind Oz curtain. But all parties are going to be happy about the situation. Anxiety is going down. 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords. And King of Pentacles. I do think that there was possibly an exchange of money here. I think that there was a little handoff to make people feel a little bit better about the situation. He was an ambassador for France. Yeah, I do think that they maybe gave him a severance package, even though it was for the U.S. government. So, yeah. How does Trump feel about that? They're in-laws. Jared Kushner bought up the whole beachfront in my old town of Long Branch, New Jersey. And it is now a corridor of steel and glass. I don't like it. Long Branch, New Jersey, if you look it up, it was the first Jersey Shore town at the turn of last century. Had a lot of really cool things that people could go to. There was a big men's club. There was a casino. There were 2 casinos. The one casino, you could go up the river and on boats and barges, and women could go to the casino on Sunday. Other than that, women weren't allowed in them. But there were these gorgeous, gorgeous seashore colonials. Very, very, very cool look as you went down Ocean Ave, and it's really gone. Rob, that's because I'm from Jersey Shore. I'm from here. But we don't talk like that. Those people from the Jersey Shore, they were actually New Yorkers coming down here. They were like, they call us Bridge and Tunnel, and we call them Bennies. So I never watched the Jersey Shore. I never really watched it. It was kind of goofy. The real Jersey Shore is not like that, but shh, don't tell anybody. Jersey Shore is beautiful. It's beautiful down here. Beautiful. So, how's Donald J. Trump feel about Kushner getting kicked out? So I do think the JDT was more like, well, you're nobody if people don't dislike you. So you're doing something right, I think he was like, just don't worry about it. That's right, Samantha. Anna Miller showed up. And when she shows up, she's a little more gangster than New York. Rob, welcome to the cookie jar. I hope you're having fun here. So, is there going to be any fallout? Let me just see. Is there going to be any fallout? Further fallout? Snide comments, but nothing significant. Snide comments, nothing significant. I think, it's going to be about it. So, good luck in World War II. Big question from Corporate Barnabas. Barney, if you want to come on up, you can come on up and ask questions. Come on. Oh, there he is. Guys, I got a very special guest here. Hello. How are you, buddy? Let me get us.
Can't hear you. I don't know why. I'm on my phone.
Oh, do you have your speaker on? No? All right, guys, this is my buddy Corporate Barnabas.
I don't know why I can't hear you.
Yeah, jump out and come back in.
I guess it's because I'm on my phone.
Jump out and come back in.
This is odd. All right. Let me try something else.
All right. We're going to get Barney back. But in the meantime, while Barney's doing that, we are going to try and see if it's the end of the world. I'm going to set this up so Barney can come in and we can see this. Let's giddy up. All right, guys, worldview. We are going to do worldview right now, and I'm debating whether I need to get a different deck. Worldview, and I'm going to say yes. Let's get the Ellen Cannon read. Wifey, I mean business. When this deck comes out, it's the most expensive deck in the building. This deck is beautiful. This was one of the first decks that I got. Little did I know that it was going to be a collector's item worth way more money than I care to admit. Win a prize, Rob. What kind of prizes am I giving out? I'm not giving out any prizes. Become a member. I give away a reading once a month to my membership. Wifey, we all love this deck. This is a powerful deck. Always says the right things. All right, I'm looking at humanity as a whole. And for those of you that really want to look at some esoteric history of the world, see Madame Blavatsky. Madame Blavatsky talked about the 7 root races and the progression of the spirits. All right, let's giddy up, buttercups. End of the world. We're looking at humanity. Humanity. Let's see what we got. See what we got. 6 of Pentacles. So right now, we're helping ourselves. That is the important thing. Right now, we are helping ourselves. So this is an indication that we are able to manipulate and manage the situation that's at hand. So, Middle East. 8 of Wands, speed, communication, the High Priestess. We need negotiations are really, really stuck. Really, really stuck. But that is what we need. We need negotiation to the nth power. We need all of those negotiations put into place. We need people over there that are going to be able to bridge gaps. So maybe Denise Burnside, who's a bridge builder here on the Tube of the U's. So if you're not subscribed to Denise Burnside, go on over there and give her a sub. Somebody masquerading as her, saying some terrible things, but it's not her. Denise is pretty cool. She is pretty cool. So what about the Mexico situation? The Mexico situation, 4 of Swords, justice is coming, 7 of Cups. The cavalry needs to go in to Sylvia's daughter. Give me more riding wear. Riding wear. It's good to see you in the chat, honey. Riding wear. Give me more detail. Give me more. Give me more. Brittany apparently is doing some weird things too, but I just saw that when I was strolling on into this live. So doing my best, kids, doing my best to keep up on the news. So Mexico is going to need a lot more input. They're going to need a lot more people that are in there to determine the safety and sanctity of that part of the world. So Brittany is a bit odd. So what else? Let's talk about, let's go a little bit further. Pootie has been a little bit quiet. What's going on with the Poot? Pootie. You guys know who I'm talking about. Oh, there's Denise Burnside. Guys, give Denise a sub. She's right there in the chat. She's right there in the chat. Go over there, give her a sub. She is a fast growing channel. Somebody put some Miracle Grow on that girl. Pootie, what's going on with you? Pootie. Universe, 9 of Swords. Now, the 9 of Swords is a cool card in the Ellen Cannon Reed Witches Tarot. So the 9 of Swords in other tarot decks, like the traditional Rider-Waite, the ones that you guys know and love, the 9 of Swords is anxiety, sleeplessness, being kind of wound up and like keyed up. But here in the Ellen Cannon Reed, it's a lot more strength behind it. So what people are doing, how the energy reads to me, it's a runner or a swimmer on the starting block. They are tensed up and ready to spring into action. It's really the kind of energy that a predator cat would have from as they're hunting. I got you, Sylvia. Thank you so much, honey. So it really is this like coiling before we spring kind of motion. And there's our boy right there with the Ace of Pentacles. It's not done. Are we going to see him jump into action Ukraine style? Is he going to jump into Ukraine? 4 of Swords, not yet, still hanging out, still waiting for that. He is not going to quite jump in at the moment, but he's waiting to see what's going to happen. What is going to take place next week? He is just a strong leader. He is gathering intel, and I think he is actually going to, if he makes some moves into Ukraine again, I think it's going to be more in a constructive manner. So if he has obtained certain territories and lands in there, I think he's going to start sending in building crews and things like that. And he's going to start rebuilding. It's the presumption of ownership over those locations. So mark that. That's what I think Pootie's going to start doing, which I think will inflame other parties, and we'll see what happens from there. Not taking any sides here, guys, but I do think that Pootie is going to go in to that disputed territory. I think he's going to start rebuilding some things without permission, which people are going to get upset about. So interesting little tactic on his part. So all the UK Megxit community is disgusted at this. People are demanding that the king acts. Let's see if the king is hearing it. Is the king hearing it? Six of Swords, he hears it. Sovereign, hear our cries. He hears it. Is he about to act? He is about to act with kindness. We're going to get a statement from the king, I think. I think he is going to say, you know, I love my son, but I've long talked about King Charles being a king, a man, and a father. There are three different components to him, and he's looking at how he should respond to Harry and Meghan as a king, a father, and a man. So I think he's going to act. I think this was a bridge too far. Did the king agree that Harry and Meghan are in Jordan? So I read at the beginning if he sanctioned that. I think, does he agree that they're there? Yes. And Prince of Swords, I think he wants them out of there. I don't think he wants them there. Donald J. Trump, is he feeling well? Is he feeling well? Is he feeling well? How is Donald J. Trump feeling? Leader of the U.S. How is he feeling right now? There's a lot of people that are saying hi, Cindy. There are a lot of people saying hi, Cindy. There are a lot of people, a lot of predictors, a lot of people like me that are saying Donald J. Trump is not going to make it to the end of his term. How is he feeling? How is his health? Let's giddy up, buttercups. Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Damage done. Damage done. Six of Cups in reverse. Nine of Wands. Four of Cups. There are some adjustments that he really needs to make in his lifestyle and his eating habits. Some changes that he needs to make. He is dealing with the fallout of past behaviors. So definitely, you reap what you sow, and, the body that you have in the summer is the result of the nonsense that you ate during the winter. So mind your P's and carrots, guys. Mind your P's and carrots. So Ian says he doesn't think that he is going to make it this year. We'll go in right to his heart. Yeah, that heart has some issues there. However, I do want to point out, again, Ellen Cannon Reed. I read the Three of Swords a little bit differently in this book, or in this deck. The Three of Swords in the traditional Rider-Waite is pain, loss, death, all of those things. In the Ellen Cannon Reed, if you look, the pain that we have been through strengthens us. We walk through it as a threshold, and it strengthens us, and it adds to our character. It does not portend loss. But I do think that we have some issues here. Do we get a defib or something like that? Six of Wands in reverse. Do we get pacemaker? Possibly. So both my father and my father-in-law both have pacemakers. Well aware. It's why I'm paying attention to the data that they were getting from the Nancy Guthrie pacemaker So possibly they're going to put something in there. Fun fact for you guys, years ago, a pacemaker used to be like a week and a half, 2 weeks in the hospital, and a really, really big procedure and operation. Now it's an outpatient procedure. So is he under extraordinary amount of stress? Temperance, he's dealing with that well. Ian Barton says the dementia doesn't help. 8 of Wands, that is communication and speed. I don't ever get that he's got dementia. I get that he is just a garden variety, kind of bombastic, but loudmouth. And to be sure, my sister-in-law has met him in real life and does not like him because of the way that he behaved around her. He didn't like hit on her or anything like that. He just acted like an entitled jerk. It was years ago. She has some very, very bad feelings about him as a result of that. So, but I'm not seeing that it's quite the dire thing. At his age, he's going to have issues. There's going to be issues. So we will go to Sylvia. Will there be rioting this summer? Sylvia, I think you're in the United States. So are we going to see some craziness this summer? Are we going to see some craziness this summer? Boom. The Fool. So the Fool is more of Zephyr. Good to see you in the chat. I didn't see you earlier. Hi, good to see you. So the Fool is about adventures. Protesting, yes, but are people going to be as bananas as they have been in past situations? I think that everybody's got their number at this point. They have the hallmarks of when protests are going to go sideways and they're going to get ugly. They know what they're looking for, and so they've got their number. There's a lot. I will say this. There's a lot of there's a lot of intel electronically. So they're following people on their social medias and their quiet channels. So I have a guest. I have Corporate Barnabas. Corporate Barnabas, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you too. It was like being a psychic without having refined your skills, wasn't it? Like, can you hear me, Barney? Can you hear me?
Hold on. Am I echoing? Did you just ask if I can hear you again?
I did. Yeah.
There's echo.
There's but let me see if I can.
Your TV's too loud. Or your mic is too close to it.
How's that, Barney?
Much better.
I just tinkered with your settings. So
yeah, I'm struggling here with my mic, and I got this headphones. Talk to me. Hold on. Can I hear you?
I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I've got technical issues. It's a lot of rust on it at the moment. What was the question you were doing right now?
If there's going to be riots over the summer, and I say no, because I think that all of the powers that be kind of have their number on the chaos that some sow. And I do think electronically they are monitoring a lot of these agitator groups. So that being said,
agitator groups. I mean, I don't want to throw you off, but it's interesting your verbiage of it's like a political term, I guess. Agitator groups, or peaceful protesters, depending on who you ask, I guess. No, it's interesting.
Peaceful protesters too. I'm all right with that, but
I mean, I'm not on their side. I know what you're talking about. No, I like that term, agitator groups.
Agitator groups. So, did you have a particular part of the world that you're concerned is going to pop off. So we looked at Iran, and I think what we need some better negotiators in Iran at this point. I looked at
it's I feel like I'm going to like upset all your fans here, but there's no negotiation. It's that little country that controls America just wants to somehow, by hook or by crook, just completely castrate Iran. And they want them to give up everything. They want them to pull their shirt over their head, bend over and pull their underwear down, and then beg for mercy. And they're not going to do it. It's like we, America, and the others, our purpose. We want a change in their government, and it's insane. And we want a war. Like, what country is going to be like, okay, even though you just drop bombs on our face, sure, we'll give up all of our weapons and we'll give you whatever you want. I'm sure you won't take too much, right? No. And they have this whole greater something project where they want all that land. And we saw the interview with Tucker Carlson and Mike Huckabee. And this is the American ambassador to that country. And he basically says, yeah, it's in this J Bible, Talmud or Torah, whatever you want to call it, that all of that land is theirs because the great Moses and his homeboy decided that they can have whatever they want. And it's crazy. And this is like the biggest military buildup since, I don't know when, I think Desert Storm or something. It's crazy. There's going to be a war. But I guess my question is, how is it going to affect me, right? That's what it's all about. Is it going to affect me? Do I have to worry about anything? I don't want to die.
Is Barney's pleasure going to be diminished or increased? Barney, thanks for coming up. I have to tell you, you said you were worried about offending my viewers. My viewers miss you.
Oh, hey, that's great. It's great to be
my
here.
Viewers miss you. So we would like to see you come roaring back. It's a fire horse year in Chinese astrology.
It's a
Get
what?
on that fire horse. It's a fire horse year.
Never even heard of such a thing. I love the Chinese, whatever it's called, right? When you go eat there, the old Chinese, bring back the old Chinese restaurants, right? Make Chinese restaurants great again. Make like tea mandatory. Come on. Put the little fried things with the hot mustard, mandatory.
Yeah, we've got a dim sum place right here that is huge, and you cannot get in there for for $100 at the door to the maitre d'. But it's a beautiful place, and they
wait, what did you just say?
You can't get in. You can't get in. It's mobbed all the time.
You have to like tip someone $100 to get a table.
You've been to New York. You know what I'm talking about.
I was always cooking. I was never on the other side. I was broke.
Oh, well, if you want a table, sometimes you throw a little money and you go, hey.
I just never done it. Like one time that happened when I went to Mexico. What's that place called? Cancun. And we had this reservation and it's like, you can't get it now. And they're like, I'm just such a dork. I was like, trying to give the dude $20 so I could get my room. And it didn't work. It's the only time I tried to do something like that. It's never worked.
Oh, well, so you've got to do like a really big, this is how you do this. So life tip from us guys. So the first day that you get, like, if it's an all-inclusive resort, you find a guy, you find your guy or gal, and you drop as much money as you possibly can reasonably on them. So
what am I getting out of that? I don't.
So this is what you do. You hand it over. You go, I'm going to be here until Sunday. Can you take care of us? What is your name? ¿Cómo se llama? And they go, Me amo Juanita. And you go, Juanita, te amo. You are going to be my girl for the rest of the time you're here. Here's $150. Just take care of us. Make sure I'm never dry. Bring me water. Bring me towels. Bring me seashells. Whatever you want. That's what you do. That's how you do it.
Remind me never to go on a vacation with you and Greg, because that's not how I'm going to fucking roll. I promise you that.
Just stick with us. You'll follow in the wake. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. You'll be skimboarding on the wake behind us.
I mean, all inclusives. You get these watered down, rotten drinks. There's plenty of towels. I can get those myself. And the food is all like buffet. Like, what are they really offering? I just don't get it. But anyways, what I wanted to say was I love those Chinese placemats that say, of course, I love the dragon. Right? Do you know what I'm talking about or not?
You know what you are? I'm a boar. I'm a pig, and I hate that.
I'm a dragon, but as a child, I always loved to go there because it always said cock, and it was so funny. And when you go to the ethnic, I don't know, food area, they have cock soup base. It's just funny to me. I don't know. Poop is still funny to me, and so is the word cock.
Spotted dick.
It means chicken. Huh?
Spotted dick over in England. Spotted dick. No one wants a spotted dick, but
what
apparently it's delicious. But they also have a dish called Bubble and Squeak. So, you know.
I don't know.
Weird stuff.
What is spotted dick? That sounds.
It's a dessert. It's like a sweet bread. I guess it's like a sweet bread, and it's got raisins in it. So it's not.
You can't. Hold on. You can't say sweet bread because that's actually the thymus gland of a cow. Don't ask me why they call it that.
Sorry about that. Hello? Sorry about that. I'm still here.
Sweet bread is the thymus gland from a cow, which is awesome.
Yes, my brother-in-law is dating a girl who is Italian, and she's from Colombia, and she loves that gland. So, cockaliki, toad in the hole, everybody's dropping some crazy things here. So, what is spotted dick? It is a pudding, traditional steamed pudding made with suet and dried fruit, usually currants or raisin. It is often served with custard. I do think you can also get it with, I guess it's like the vanilla custard. So, yes. Would you like to see a picture of it?
Yeah. And to the Americans, pudding is not the same, which I learned. Pudding is like sausage with cornbread in it.
There it is.
It's nice that it has some yellow discharge on top. Well, don't give me the big view. Hold on. Let me clean it up some.
Oh my God, I took it down.
You got your pentagram satanic cards out. I really feel like I'm ready to rock and roll here.
So, well,
apropos for the end of the world, perhaps.
I don't think it's going to be the end of the world, Barney. I just don't. I don't think it's going to be the end of the world. Oh, wait, I lost you. Hang on. There's our Barney. So how is the way the world's turning? Or do you want the kitty cat deck? Do you want me to read with kitty cats for you?
No, I feel like that's a mockery to tarot card. I mean, I already don't believe in tarot cards, so just like using those is not going to help. But the Satan pentagrams, I mean, that's great. Or no, hold on. Those are called
pentacles.
Pentacles, yes.
So that was one of the reasons why I stopped using this deck, because I felt like it was a little too bold. Serious. Yeah, a little too bold for like people just getting readings. So but when I found out how, I was like, there was one card, the strength card, and it's a nudie card. She doesn't have any clothing on. But the gal is absolutely gorgeous in it. And I will show you her. She's absolutely gorgeous. And when it comes time to get my breast reduction, I'm bringing the card with me and showing it to my plastic surgeon.
Why do you always throw in these inappropriate things?
Look at her. Look at her. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. But
let me see it again.
Oh, I just shuffled, Barney.
She looks like that album cover. What's that album cover with the Italian guy?
The Italian guy? The Italian singer guy?
Hold on. hold on. What's the name of what is this?
There she is again. Free in the nipple cord.
Did you run that by the boss or not?
Who, Gregory?
Nino Ferrar. Have you seen that?
I have no idea who Nino Ferrar is. Barney's on.
Is he the boss?
Yeah. No, I think you are.
I'm the boss?
You're the boss.
Yes.
Mona?
Mona?
Nino Ferrar has got a woman on his album cover that looks just like her.
I'll have to check that out. Maybe it's the card. Maybe he modified it. So we're seeing how how his life is going to be affected by the world events that are going on. We're going to wrap this up after we're done. So Barney, this one's for you.
Yeah, like, should I get back to work and do what I'm supposed to do, or should I just like live for the moment? Is it the end of the world as we know it?
6 of Wands. You're a boss, dude. The world is not affecting you.
He's the boss?
Barney, the world needs more people like you. 5 of Pentacles. You, my friend, need to jump back in and start telling people how things are. You're starting right here. Yeah, back in bowl. He needs to get back in bowl. You need to jump both feet right back in. You need to, well, the world needs you. We need you to be reporting on the Barney scope of the world. We need the Barney
sphere. The
Barney sphere.
I like that.
I like that too, actually.
Ace of Cups. You know what? A lot of people are not happy about the way things are going, and you can provide the room in which all of us can shout from the mountaintops our displeasure. That is where we need to have Barney. So Barney, the world crashing and burning in different locations is actually your wheelhouse. You need to get in there and you need to start telling people that start smacking people upside the head virtually. Start doing that.
So I could be a war profiteer. That's what I always wanted to be.
Absolutely. Go do it, man. Go do it. Go do it.
Great. Well, there it is. Okay, everybody. I guess that settles it. I'm going to have to come back soon and report on the forthcoming
catastrophes.
Catastrophes,
yes, catastrophes. So Barney, what else has been going on with you that you're willing to divulge?
Snow melted. That's good.
How was your snowstorm?
It like stayed and it turned into ice, and it was, I'm in the city, which is like street parking, so it was it wasn't disastrous, but it was a bit rough. And plus the block I live on has 3-4 level buildings, and the sun only like hits it like around 12 o'clock and goes down, so it takes a long time to melt.
Yeah. How many inches did you guys get? Did you get walloped?
I don't remember. It looks like it's going to snow again, but it's about March. What?
It snowed here this morning.
Yeah, I hopefully it's over. That'll be nice. And life is interesting.
Life is a vampire. Billy Corrigan was wrong. It's not the world.
What did he say? Oh, the world is a vampire. The world is a vampire. Speaking of Billy Corrigan, I don't like being bald, but every time I look at Billy Corrigan, I'm like, man, as a bald guy, I feel sorry for that guy, because he just look, I would look better with hair.
I think you have a good head, though.
Well, but when you look at Billy Corrigan, and apparently Courtney Love used to be his girl. I didn't know that. And she said she like put a curse on him and made him go bald or something, or like made fun of him. And, poor guy kind of looks weird. And then he went bald. It's like Samson, man. You lose all your power. But Billy Corrigan, it's a shame. Anyways.
So I did I did a short video on hair and power, because Hair and power. You got a fan. Got a fan, Carrie Ann. So hair and power do go together, but baldness or going bald can also be a streamlining and an internalizing of that power. It depends on how you make that magic work. But the bigger the hair, the more power you got. So I'm going with this newscaster hair lately. So it's a lot of hair.
Bald men have more hormones. I don't know if you know that or not. It's DHT causes it, so it's extra. It's not testosterone,
Is it?
unfortunately. Yes, DHT.
Yeah, it's more testosterone. I think makes it bald.
Well, it's DHT, which is what is the actual? Does it end? Is dihydro? Yes, testosterone. Yeah. So bald men have more testosterone. That's just a fact.
Huh.
Ladies, just so you know.
Hey, ladies.
Hey, ladies. We may not have hair, but
you got the goods. You got the goods where you need it.
Got the goods where you need it. Are you gonna look at this Nino Ferrar album cover? I mean, if you like that chick, you'll love this one.
Let me pull them up.
It's Nino and Radaya. And you'll know it immediately. I forget what this sounds like. Or is it French? Nino and Radaya, 1974 cult classic album from Italian-born, French singer Nino Ferrar and American model singer actress Radaya Fry.
How do you spell Radaya?
If you just type in Nino Ferrar, it'll pop right up first thing, I swear to God. Ferrer.
I got it.
I hit images, and there she is.
I'm not seeing it.
No, I just see this guy. Looks like Bill Nighy.
You don't.
Did you say it looks like Bill Nye?
Bill Nighy.
Bill Nighy. Okay, I was gonna say it doesn't look like Bill Nye. Might be looking at the wrong thing.
You don't see it?
Let me share my screen.
You have to look for an anal bone cover.
This came out in 1974. This is like bold.
Whoa, easy. That came out in 1974.
Nino Ferrar. Just type in Nino Ferrar only.
Blink.
You're on Bing. I mean, there it is right there. Go down.
This one?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that does look like her.
But it doesn't show the full. It shows the full if you click, maybe. I mean, I don't know. You're the only person in the world that uses Bing as a search engine. I feel like you should. Yes.
Yeah,
what are you doing?
I went to Plaid. Now I'm in French.
What are you doing with your life? Did you use Bing?
I don't know.
Anyways, it reminded me. The card reminded me of her.
Yeah, I can see, look at Nino though. Look at how cool this guy is.
Looks like Slarty Barfast.
He does look like Slarty Barfast.
My name is not important.
My name is not important.
So,
Slarty Barfast. I thought it wasn't important.
something unrelated. I just saw something. I don't know if this is good content or not. I don't think it is, but I just want to share it. I saw a clip of the $6 Million Man. We know this show, of course, right? And he was like working out or whatever, playing football with normies. But the dude had a half shirt. Remember half shirts on men?
Yep.
Yeah.
What is that?
I don't know. Okay, the half shirt, the short shorts, and the long socks was a look.
No. It was.
I like short shorts because I wear them.
It was the half shirt, the sweatpants up to your knees, like rolled up, like pulled up to your knees,
And then the shorts
and then
over
long
them.
Socks.
Oh, and then the long
Yeah.
socks. So like you look like you have knickerbockers on.
So
Is it
look
knickerbockers?
like a football player.
You look like a football player.
Without the padding or the uniform.
Yeah, I actually hated shorts. Like up until now. Like I am not a fan of shorts. I feel stupid when I'm wearing them. It doesn't matter what length they are or like if they're long, if they're short. The only shorts I liked I liked Jams back in the day. They were like board shorts, but they were in like all these really wild colors, like mid 80s. Like you could still get them, but it's not the same quality. But they would go down to like mid calf. And so I would go like surfing and skating in those. Like that was, those were the only shorts I would wear. So the Jams company got a lot of money out of me back in the day. Jams and Vans.
I mean, I have a maybe inappropriate short story. Should I tell it or not?
Why not?
So back in the 80s, shorts were short.
Yeah.
And those are the shorts I like nowadays because they don't obstruct like your knees if you want to run or do something. But it comes with a drawback. You have to like be aware of your jewels at all times because things can happen. And I remember when we were kids, like we'd be hanging out in these shorts and you'd look down and like, you know, you're like, bro, you know, you'd like see it. It's like, what the, you know, and then like, but the story may be inappropriate. Sorry if it is. Remember I had these super short shorts and it was just like normal back then. I was out playing in the dirt. You know, I like playing in the dirt. And I had they were yellow shorts. And I was like, I don't know, digging a hole or had a G.I. Joe or something. And I'm just sitting down in the dirt like a dirty kid. It's gross, right? Just thinking about it. I'm sitting there and then all of a sudden I feel like this horrible pain on my sack. And I look down and I'll be goddamn, there was red ants on my sack biting me. Because it was hanging out, because it was hot. It was the summertime.
That's horrible.
And it was like, I was embarrassed. You know, I should have like, what do you do? Run home, Mom, ants bit my sack. And like, I don't know. I didn't tell anyone. I'm telling you now. I've told a few people since then. But
That's
every
horrible.
time I think of short shorts, I do like short shorts, but it's like traumatizing. I always think of that, like, don't let it fall out. You know,
So
Do you remember when Chris Jones was running in the combine and he fell? And the reporter asked him, "What happened?" He goes, "My dick fell out."
Oh, I don't know that one. Did you hear that?
I've seen this. There's a clip out there where this dude's junk falls out when he's like running the hurdles, and it's just like, and all the girls are like loving it. Let me tell you, they love it.
When I was in middle school, there was an incident with the yearbook, and there was a young child that was on the wrestling team. And so the wrestling team, you know how they would line you up for pictures, and they had kids that were sitting cross-legged on the floor, and then they had a row sitting on chairs, and then they had a row in the back. Well, one of these children was sitting cross-legged, and one of his friends popped out. No one caught the picture until the yearbooks were distributed.
Oh my
So
God.
the teachers were like, the kids were laughing about it. And so the teachers were running around with black magic markers, ripping yearbooks out of kids' hands and flipping to that page and just putting a dot on it. So it was
this poor guy. That's like what he's known for the whole.
Yeah. Well, he was
imagine.
other things too. He was actually a pretty cool kid. Yeah, it was quite the last day of school. Let's put it that way. People were running to the bus, like with their yearbooks, like trying to not have it marked up. So there are some out there that still exist. No, it was not Scooter. It was not my buddy Scooter.
You probably get arrested for it. It's probably like you get arrested for it now.
Now that would be a federal case. Every single yearbook, the school would be burned to the ground. Everyone would have their memories altered. It would be a catastrophe. So, yes. So guys, we had some breaking psychic news. We had some fun. We had a visitor. We had some human interest stories. You always want to finish up the news with some human interest stories. But I do want to remind everyone of the climate, guys. We are, psychic weather report here. We've got heavy Pisces energy. So one of my girlfriends in the Pacific Northwest is going to be very upset about this because she hates effing Pisces. She tells me all the time. Heavy Pisces energy. So we've got secrets that are going to be surfacing. Keep your eye on the prize. Make sure that you pay attention to any secrets that are coming out. So if you've been harboring some secrets, guys, they may pop out of your shorts like
Chris Jones.
like Chris Jones, Barney, and the anonymous child that I went to middle school with. Saturn in Pisces theme, accountability for spiritual, political, and institutional structures. Pluto in Aquarius backdrop, which is power struggles in government. We are seeing tug of war all over the place. Government, media, and different systems in our worlds. It is worldwide, universal, and in your world as well. So I want you guys to keep your head on a swivel. Barney, are you going to keep your head on a swivel?
Yes, absolutely.
Excellent. Excellent. So stick around, Barney. We'll chat after this. Everyone else, I am going to bid you farewell. I want to thank my mods for holding the door and for doing my work and keeping things cool. And we're just going to give them a quick applause. I appreciate everyone who watched through this. YouTube is the #1 streaming platform on the planet, possibly in the universe. And I know you have a lot of choices of places to get your news and your psychic readings and your pop culture from my friend Barney over here, pop culture commentary. Guys, would love to see you back here. We're going to do these breaking psychic news periodically when there's a lot of news in the world. Otherwise, tomorrow, we're going to have time travel Thursdays. If you're a member, you can watch it already. Friday, we're going to be live in the afternoon. And for the balance of the week, I am going to be live on my Hypsee app and also on Calendly if you'd like to book appointments in advance. So hopefully I will see some of you guys in my future. But for right now, we are going to say goodbye. Thank you, Barney, for coming over. Stick around. We're going to chit chat. I'll see you guys in the future.